Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is 6 p.m. on Wednesday. That means it's time for Wednesdays in the Word. My name is Dwayne Hawkins. I am the pastor and our host this evening for Wednesdays in the Word. How y'all doing today? Today is a great day. God is good. Today is great. And it is time for another edition of Wednesdays in the Word. Good evening to each and every one of you. Good evening to each and every one of you, my Heavenly Father's children. Come on in. We've got a special edition tonight for Wednesdays in the Word. Come on in. Check in. I am green today. I've got a little bit of a slight cough, but I'm doing green. All is well. Very productive day, and I am grateful to be here with each and every one of you on this evening. So come on in, join us on camera in studio. There's always room for one more in the studio. Just click on the link that is in the stream. Let me put it on the screen there. You can copy and paste that into a fresh tab on your web browser, and you can join us in the studio. Look, there she is, the one and only Dr. Deacon Deirdre Denise McKinley is with
Hello
us.
there.
How are you? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Wonderful. I'm doing well. I'm
Good.
doing well. I'm doing well.
Awesome.
And I'm glad to be here.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. Hey, Stacia, good evening to you. Glad that you're with us on today. Karen, good evening. You're green. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Didi, you didn't check in with your color unless I missed it.
No, I did not. But I'm green. I think is that the good one?
Yes.
Happy, calm, feeling okay, focused, ready to learn. Yes, all the above.
Awesome. Awesome. Somebody misses you.
Oh, hi sis. I miss you too.
Yeah. So we've got a special edition tonight for Wednesdays in the Word. After we check in and do our introductions, and I don't think I have any special announcements, maybe a couple of thank yous, but come on in, invite somebody. This is a special edition of Wednesdays in the Word on this evening. So invite someone, it's not too late, and tell us what's going on. Tell us what's going on with each and every one of you. I want to know what is happening. So, in terms of, oh no, I need to get my media assets ready because I got something to say here. Today I went for a walk. I did. I had been doing really bad on my exercising, and so I don't know, something happened on my Fitbit app on my phone. I think it combined, excuse me, I think it combined with Google. And so now that it combined with Google, it like gives me messages, like AI messages. and talks to me about my sleep and about my exercise as long as I have the app on. And because of that, it was just telling me this stuff. This was your sleep, and here was your readiness, and da 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 da, and gave me the weather. If you want to get in a short walk before it rains at noon, and all this kind of stuff was going on. I was like, what in the world is going on? But since it's been talking to me about my sleep and my readiness and exercise, it encouraged, and then now I can type back to the AI and ask it questions about my walking or whatever's going on. And I was like, you know what? I don't have to go uh, down to Lincoln today. I'm gonna get up and go for a walk. And I would not have done it without the encouragement from my Fitbit AI coach. Just shows up on my cell phone in the morning time. And so that's my story. And I was glad that I did, because I've been in front of the computer all day on today. So that's what's going on with me. Alma, good evening to you. Glad that you are doing well. Aunt Johnny, good evening to you. Thank you, Station May. I appreciate it. Alma says, hello, Pastor Dwayne and First Lady Sonia Hawkins. Hello to you too. We miss you. Hope you are doing well. And I hope it is nice and sunny where you are. Nice and sunny. Somebody go find my wife. Where is she? So let me do some thank yous. The first thank you is to Antioch Kids for their amazing presentation to fathers on Father's Day. Thank you so much on behalf of all the fathers that were present. Dads like tools and stuff, and sanding and tools and stuff like that. So we are very grateful to the Antioch Kids and the adults and the team that worked with them to make all of that available. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Minister Sewell and the group for honoring fathers on Father's Day. That's the first thank you. Second thank you, I want to thank Antioch Baptist Church for those who came across town with me after worship to Prince of Peace, where we helped to celebrate the 12th pastoral anniversary of the pastor over there, Pastor Fred Dixon Jr., and I preached the morning sermon. Not too long, maybe an hour after preaching at Antioch. I was a tired preacher. I can assure you that. Um, and a big shout out to Antioch who rode with me across town. I appreciate y'all so much. It was just a blessing to look out and see some Antioch faces in the congregation. And I took that chicken home and I fell out, y'all. But when I woke up and got woken up good, I ate my chicken. But that does not negate the promise that was made by the First Lady about going to the spot this Sunday after church so that I can order. Y'all know where the spot is, and some of y'all know what my order is. And I'm still waiting on that. But I'm so grateful that y'all came across town, shared worship with me, and stayed and shared a meal by the Prince of Peace Baptist Church. There it is. Y'all know chicken and waffles. Y'all know what it is. And y'all know where the spot is. Y'all taking the pastor to the speakeasy. What is wrong with y'all? To the speakeasy with the pastor.
We're going to pray for the pastor. That's why we end up going.
Say again.
We're going to pray for the pastor. We're
Oh,
we're disciples making disciples. We have to go.
y'all going to the speakeasy because that's where I'm gonna be. Not that that's where y'all be. To pray for me to get up out of the speakeasy. That sounds like a plan to me. Um, Listen, I think I saw the first lady. She's on the chat, but she ain't on the stream. What in the world is going on? So those are the go and eat chicken and waffles. Let's go eat chicken and waffles. And then we can go save the world after we eat the chicken and waffles. Um, what's next? This is next. So Sunday, we were in the second sermon of my new series, What I Love About Jesus. And I need to tell y'all, these have been some hard sermons to prepare for. Talking about Jesus when Jesus is not in the text and explaining the text and telling you where Jesus is and he's there, but you don't really see him and having to explain all of that. And it has been a great series. It's been challenging, but it has been a great start to the summer series, What I Love About Jesus. Sharing my personal witness and testimony and discovering that what I love about Jesus starts before Jesus shows up. I love things about Jesus that I learned just from what the Old Testament does to prepare us for Jesus. And so, 2 Samuel 7:11 through 16 was the text from the sea to the throne. There have been times when systems of this world tried to cancel me out, but Jesus had the final say. It's in there, babe. Just it's in it's in there. Um, I'll put it in there in just a second. I'm sorry. And so the first sermon, we saw that Jesus was the seed of the woman. And now things have gotten a little bit more in focus. And now he is the offspring of David on the throne. And so this was about the Davidic covenant, this covenant that God made with David after he became king, after the kingdom was established and everything was settled and calm, and God and David wanted to build God a house because up until that point, the presence of God was in a tent, a tabernacle, something you tear down and move and build back up. And David was living in this luxurious house made of cedar. And it's here where God makes a covenant with David. And it was a reversal covenant. David wanted to build God a house, but God promised to build David one. And Jesus came from what David said. So it was a reversal because God reversed David's desire to let us know that Jesus didn't come because of what we did for God. Jesus came because of what God did for us. Oh, that blessed me so much. That first point. It was a unilateral covenant because God said, I will give you rest, and I will raise up your offspring, and I will establish the kingdom, and I will establish the throne. And all that David had to do was keep on living and keep on leading, but the covenant God was going to handle. And that was a blessing to me as well. And then the third movement, it was an eternal covenant because of the use of the word forever. It was like 3 times in 2 verses, and it just really stuck out that this covenant was not about David and his generation alone. This covenant was not about Solomon, excuse me, and his generation alone. It was forever, which extends to our generation and the generations that come after us. And that was amazing. And what I love about Jesus is the fact that because Jesus will always be on the throne, then Jesus will always have the final say. And that's what I love about Jesus. So, just some discussion questions. Where have you tried to do something for God that God actually wanted to do for you? What does it mean to stay in your lane and trust God with what only God can carry? Oh, what a blessing. And what would change this week if you truly believe Jesus has the final say over what's counted you out? Oh my goodness, that sermon had so much theological truth and practical implications to our lives. Just thinking about the sermon again, just reflecting on it, there was just so much to gain from that particular sermon. So, any thoughts about Sunday's sermon that you can put on the chat, or if you are in the studio, you can unmute? Thoughts about Sunday's sermon? Let me put this link. I thought it was in the chat. I thought it was in. No, that's not the right one. Here we go. So, First Lady, if you see that, there it is. It should be posted, but you're right. I don't see it on. You know what?
I
I
got on
can.
the link on. It was on YouTube. I went on YouTube first, and that's where the link was.
That's where the link was.
On the YouTube posting.
Oh my goodness! It should be the same. But normally, I don't know. Did you see it? I don't know what's going on. All right. So, let's keep pressing. Are you ready? Let's do it. Everything that you need is in the Word of God. All right, I said we had a special edition of Wednesdays in the Word on this evening, and it is special because I want to unveil to many of you for the first time a new feature. There she is. Somebody found my wife. Hey, say hey to the people.
Hey to the people. So all the links were on YouTube, but not on Facebook. But I'm here. I made it. Good evening.
Thank you. Like having a techno um moment. I'm not quite sure why that's the case. So anyways, I'm going to unveil a new feature. And oh, wait a minute. So comments on stage. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's still not showing them. Y'all help me. What I click should be in. It should be in the comments on Facebook. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure why. All destinations. Anyways, there is a link on the stream and it goes to our new Bible study app. Our new Bible study app. Awesome. So, what I want you to do is go to that page. I don't know how you do it. Do you copy it and paste it into a new tab? I need to figure out how to make it show up in the chat. Give me just a second. So click on it and go to that page. I tried it again. See, it showed up on the YouTube, but not on the Facebook. I wonder why that's the case. I'm not sure. But click on that, go to the page, and when you go to the page, you will see something that looks like this.
Okay, it's on Facebook now.
It's on there now?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. And when you go there, there's a description, and down at the bottom, there's a place for you to put in your name and your email. Your name and your email. Let me see if I can get to it. Okay, now there, I'm figuring things out. It says, understand the Bible, one book at a time at your own pace, how it works, request your invitation, set up your account, learn at your own pace, one reflection question. Then it'll say who this is for. You don't have to be religious to start here. And then there'll be a little message from me. And when you get down to the bottom, there's a place for you to put your name and your email address, and you can request an invite to the app. So go to that. It'll look like it looks on the screen, but you need to go to your own tab on your web browser and put in your name and your email address and click request an invitation. That is the first step in the process of getting on the Bible app. So after you do that, I will receive an invite from you like I just did for Karen McKinley. Great job, Karen. You did it. And so now I just sent you an email. Congratulations, Karen. You did it. And all you have to do is follow the prompt and log in. It should take you about a minute. Again, you're going to click on, you're going to go to the landing page. You're going to click on that. You're going to read the stuff. You're going to scroll to the bottom. You're going to put in your name and your email. And then you're going to click the button, and then I will get an invitation. And I will approve your invitation, and then you will get something back from me that says, you're in. Click here and set up your name and email for the app. And then you will be able to do that. Did you do it yet, Karen? Okay. And then once you do that, awesome. Then you'll be in. And it'll look like this. And we had another person in. Yay. Dee Dee's in. Great job, Dee Dee. You made it. Okay, Karen. You having problems, Karen? I don't see you yet.
She says she has to look up her password.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, when you get in, it'll look like this. And now you are in the God Story Bible app. Congratulations. And so we'll just kind of do a little bit of a tour. So on your sidebar, you'll have a settings button. You'll have a messages button, and you'll have a question mark button. What's the question mark button say? Babe, are you in?
Hold on, I had to restart it.
On your sidebar, I think there's three things at the top. How this works. Thank you, Stacia. The question mark is how this works. And then there's a settings button where you can set up your settings. I think the settings is like, do you want them one a week, one a week, or do you want to see them all at once? And I don't know, there's some other option in your settings. And then the question mark says how this works. And there's some simple instructions, but who reads instructions, right? Right? Who reads instructions? Instructions are for people who can't figure it out on their own. We don't need no instructions. And then there's like a message button. So you can click on your settings and adjust your settings however you want them to be adjusted, one book a week or see them all at once, whichever is your preference. And I don't know, there's something else in the settings button. I can't remember. What else is in the settings button, babe?
Pastor
reply notifications. I know I'm not.
Oh, yeah. You definitely want those on. For sure. For sure, you want that on. Duh.
That's the one that turned off.
That's the one you. That's the one you turned off. Yeah. So those are the settings. Once a week or all at once. And then Pastor replied, if you turn those off, I'm gonna change the app settings. And then there is the question mark, how this works. And you do your lessons and you answer the reflective question to me, and then I respond back to you. And then you go to the next lesson. That's how this works. And then there's a message, and you can click on that. And every time you send me something from your lesson, and every time I respond back, you can see it right there. And there's a button that you can just send me a message direct, not from your lesson, and I'll get it. And whenever I reply back to you, you will get an email notification to say, hey, check your app. Pastor Hawkins said something. And every time you reply to me in the lesson, or you can just hit that message button, then I'll get an email and says, hey, such and such sent me a message in the app. Go to my app and read it and respond. So that way, whenever you reach out to me, whenever I reach out to you in the app, we will be notified. And you'll have a thread of all of our conversations. So that's the top buttons, right? Right. Now, on the side, you'll see all of the lessons that I have loaded up. First things first, that is a brand new lesson. And if you have not done the first things first lesson, everybody needs to do the first things first lesson. Why? Because it's the first thing. And so there's an introduction, usually one paragraph. Oh, and these lessons are like 15 minutes. That's like 15 minutes. So there's an introduction, and then it'll say lesson document, read in the app or download to print. And you can do either one. So if you click inline, there it is, and you can read it. Or you can click download PDF, and you can follow the instructions to download it. Isn't that cool? That is very, very cool. So you read the lesson, and all the lessons are like one page. They take you like 5 minutes or less to read the lesson. So the first things first lesson talks about 5 things that you need to settle before you open your Bible. God exists. He has revealed himself. The 3 primary ways God has revealed himself: creation, the Bible, and Jesus. We can trust those 3 things, and with God's help, we can understand the Bible. Those are the basic. Before you open the Bible, you need to settle those 5 things. That's the lesson. And then there's a question. So once you click on the document, then it opens up the question. And the question is, which of these 5 is the easiest for you to accept right now, and which is hardest? You don't have to have it settled. I just like to know where you're starting. And so you click in there and you type in your answer, and ding, I'll get an email. Pastor Hawkins, somebody responded to the lesson. And then I'll go on the app and I'll see the response. And then you get to click lesson complete. And then that lesson is done. It'll take you about 15 minutes. That lesson will probably take you about 10 minutes. And if you ever have a prayer request, just click the prayer request button and you can send me a prayer request. Look, the First Lady said, this is pretty cool. The law intro is like 7 pages. Shh, don't tell anybody. So Then you can keep everything in the app, or you can download your lesson. Then you'll go over to the Old Testament overview. These are new. We didn't do these in Bible study. These are new in the app. And you will find a short introduction from me, and then the Old Testament overview, which is just one page. Takes you about 5 minutes or less to read it. And once you open up the PDF, then the reflection question opens up. As you look at the shape of the whole Old Testament, what stands out to you the most, and what are you most curious to understand? Of course, you will say something like, oh, I didn't know that there were 5 sections. And oh, there's 5 and then 12 and then 5 and then 5 and then 12. You'd be like, oh, hey, I've heard pastors say that at church, 512, 5512. Now you know where it comes from. So there's a brief little explanation and talks about the 3 different ways we're going to look at each book of the Bible. And then there's going to be a question in the document, which is the same question that you respond to me. When you get done, you click complete lesson, and your lesson will be completed. If you have a prayer request, you can click the prayer request button. And that is lesson number 2. Yes, the overviews are longer, and each book is only 1 page. Yes, so you figured it out. When I do a book overview, that's your reference tool. That one's going to be long. But the 3 lessons after the overview are all 1 page. So the book overviews are longer because that's for your reference. But the 3 lessons are shorter. So when you look over here at Genesis, you'll see the pattern. There's a book overview. Those are longer. And then there's 3 lessons after the book overview. 1 lesson talks about the redemptive arc of the book. 1 lesson talks about the maturity arc of the book. And 1 lesson talks about the doctrinal arc of the book. So 4 lessons for every book of the Bible. 1 is the overview of the whole book. That's your reference document. And then the other 3 are much shorter to help you understand the book through God's plan, understand that book through maturity, and understand that book through doctrinal. So as we look at the overview, there is a brief intro from me. There's your document. And those documents are longer. They're about 5 or 6 pages or however long they are. And that's the one that we've been going over in Bible study that I've been emailing you. It's the exact same one.
Hey, Pastor.
And then, yes.
Interrupt for a second for those who are trying to log on to all of this information on their phones. Just a FYI, on your left side of your screen, that will not show up on your phone unless you go up to the top and there's like 3 lines. They got to click on that.
Right.
In it. So my sister Karen wanted me to let you know she cannot see that, but I text her and said there are 3 lines up there. You click on that and
Yes.
it'll give you that. So
Thank you. Thank you. The
we're not all
menu
text savvy
is
though.
at the top on the phone. I'm looking on my tablet, so
Yeah.
it's on the side. But if on your cell phone, there's 3 bars at the top, and that's the menu. So so this is the Genesis, and then after you open up the document, then the reflection question opens. You send it to me. Ding! I get an email. I reply back to you. Ding! You get an email. You look at my reply. You click lesson complete. And so when you get to the redemptive lesson, same thing, short introduction, but now you've got the key verse for the redemptive piece of the book. And you should recognize that verse. And there'll be a short 1-page lesson on the redemptive arc of the book of Genesis. There's just one verse that helps us to understand the plan of God through the book of Genesis. When you click on that, it opens up the question. Oh, let me back up. There's some questions in the document that you can answer for yourself, but then the reply question is in the document, and then that's the one that you answer and give to me. So there's some questions in there that can be just private between you and God. And there's just one reply question to me. And that reply question will pop up here. You write it in, blah, blah, blah. And then you click send to Pastor Hawkins. And and the lesson complete automatically turns green. Stacia said, got it. Make sense? And you'll notice on, I got a message request. Let me see, access. Aunt Johnny, look at you. I see you. I'm so proud of Aunt Johnny. I just approved your request, Aunt Johnny, and you'll get an email so that you can put in your email and password and get logged in. So you will notice the books that are ready are the ones that show up in your menu. And it should be all the way to the book of Ruth. First things first, Old Testament, then the law introduction, all of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, then the history introduction, and then Joshua, Judges, and Ruth. Every lesson, all done, 15 minutes apiece. So next week we have Fast and Fellowship. And the week after that, we will start the book of Ruth. So you already know what's coming. And we'll start with the redemptive arc. We won't do the overviews anymore because they'll be in your app. But on Bible study, we got 3 lessons, and then we have our Fast and Fellowship. So then we'll do the redemptive arc. We'll look at the verse and talk about the redemptive arc of the book. And then the next lesson, we'll do the maturity arc and talk about that particular verse that helps us understand what this book contributes to our spiritual maturity. And then we'll do the doctrinal lesson. And everything in the lesson is what I'm going to do on Bible study. So it should take us 1 month per book. And it'll all be in the app. So you can do your lesson in the app and reply to me and not come to Bible study, or you can come to Bible study and not reply to me in the app, or you could do both. So the people that want to be self-paced and are a little bit intimidated about Bible study and they want to go a little bit slower, you can do that. You like the group discussion, keep coming to Bible study. Not so much worry about the app, but know what's there if you want to download the stuff. You can just come to Bible study and just go to the app when you want to look at the documents or the lessons. Or you can do both. You can do your 15-minute lesson and then come to Bible study ready to talk about it. Does that make sense? And every time I load more books, they'll automatically show up in your menu. So, questions, comments? Who's the app for? Anybody. Members of Antioch who want to study on their own, non-members of Antioch who want to learn the Bible at their own pace. Who's Bible study for? Members of Antioch, non-members of Antioch. And the goal is to reach more people for Jesus. Some people want to do it on their own pace, and they can just go at their own pace. And the group stuff might be a little intimidating. No worries. We got you covered. Or if you want to do your 15-minute lesson and then come to Bible study, or even if you didn't get your 15-minute lesson done, you can still come to Bible study. If you want to download all the documents and have your own, or if you want to leave them in the app, it's all up to you. I just want to reach as many people as I can for Jesus and disciple as many people as possible. And now technology allows me to reach people, reach more people better. So that's who it's for. It's for everybody. Originally, the app was I was trying to reach unchurched people, but I was like, nah, this is for everybody. It's some church folk that ain't coming to Bible study. And they can get on the app. 15 minutes. No excuses. I'll still even print off hard copies of the book overviews if people want them. I don't know if I'll do those individual lessons. That's a whole lot of paper. But I might print off the book overviews. So thoughts, questions, comments on God's Story Bible app?
Great job.
Thank you. What's great about it?
I mean, just the whole idea, period, to be able to, I mean, you created.
We can do it as a family.
Yeah.
We can.
Mm-hmm.
We can. And you know what's coming.
Yeah.
This month we're studying the book of, July, we're studying the book of Ruth. Go to the app, download your lessons, 15 minutes at a time, show up to Bible study. Can't show up to Bible study? Do it on the app. Save the trees. Yes, I can save a ton of trees. And I don't have to email every time there's a new Bible book. I don't have to send emails. All you got to do is go to that. It's all there. It's all there. Other thoughts, comments? This was work, but it was exciting. It was hard work, but it was exciting work. And to the people that were in my class at the Congress, Daisha and First Lady, everything that made this possible was some version of the intersection of where technology and AI meets ministry. I did my research in Perplexity. I created my documents in Claude, the overviews and the individual lessons. And instead of going to Gamma for PowerPoint, I went to a new AI app called Base 44. Well, no, I take that back. I did some other stuff in Claude to make the idea of an app come alive. And then I took that and then I went to Base 44, which is another AI. And it took the idea and actually made it into a live app. And so there were 4 steps instead of 3. And that's how it came about. And the whole idea was after I taught Bible study, the lessons were just in my computer. Well, now the lessons are on the app, so anybody can go get all of them whenever they want. I don't have to email nobody. You can go and get them. So Alma, I didn't get no email from you. If you need some help.
He called her out. Did you really call us?
I did. Alma Rose Watson, I did not get your request. I called her middle name. I'm gonna look over my glasses too. Rose Watson. You better quit playing. All right, so next week is our monthly fast and fellowship. I'm just playing, Alma. I'm just playing. Kinda. I'm just kinda playing. So next week is our monthly fast and fellowship. We'll be fasting 6:30 a.m., 6:30 p.m. and meeting at the church for fellowship and sharing our lives, sharing a meal, sharing another care lesson, and ending in communion. And then the week after that, the month of July, we will be in the book of Ruth. And so you already know all of Ruth is already there waiting for you. If you're reading the Bible in the Bible app, well, the Bible app is well past where we are in Bible study, but somebody else is having problems understanding the Bible, send them to the Bible app, the God Story Bible app. And they can, and you don't, if you click open up all the lessons, then you don't have to start at the beginning. You can go straight to the one that you want to learn about. Alma says, Shell will do it for me. I think that's a great idea. Shell is more than capable of getting you squared away. All right. I think that's it. Any more comments, questions? Everybody knows about the God Story Bible app, how to get on, how to use it. July, we will be in the book of Ruth. And it just works out so well. Now I can announce July, we're in the book of Ruth. Go to your Bible app and look at all the lessons and be ready for Bible study. And if you can't make it to Bible study, you can study on your own in the app. You got options. It's just going to be wonderful. I'm so excited. So that's where we are. And when we get back together, we'll be looking at Ruth. We'll be looking at the redemptive lesson in the book of Ruth. We'll spend a little bit more time than you would on your own, but that's what we will be doing the next time that we gather. All right, good people. May the peace of God be unto you.
And also unto you.
All right, let's
Go change the world.
Peace.